Talk about resizing images using the image processor in Bridge and Photoshop. I would start out by creating an empty folder on your desktop for the images that you plan on turning in, and then having Bridge and Photoshop up and running, okay, and having your memory card inserted into the computer. So I'm going to go to Bridge, and then I'm going to navigate to my memory card, which here you go to Computer, and then it'll be in the list of disks that are available. Double click it until you get to your image files. Once you've gotten to your image files, you can poke through these. I'm using the film strip view here, but you could do essentials. Essentials are good for navigating quickly to something, like let's say, oh, I want to take a look at this, and then switch to film strip. It'll give you a larger view, and it will also give you an opportunity to star things, which is a nice way to filter things. So I've gone through and I've starred a few just for kicks. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have the filter pick out the star one. So I'm going to come up here, I'm going to choose show 5 stars, and then it will eliminate everything that has less than 5 stars designated. So if I like these guys, that's great. I can select them all, and I want to transfer them, I want to copy them to the folder that I created on the desktop. So I'm going to right click on a thumbnail, and then I'm going to choose copy to. And then here I have the folder that I created, project 1. If it doesn't show up there, you can come down to the bottom and choose folder, and you'll get the option to choose it there. I'm going to choose copy to, project 1. Do not choose move to, because that erases it off your disk and then copies it to the desktop or whatever destination. And if you do that, you won't have a backup. Copy to will only make a copy. It won't erase it off your disk. So I recommend copy to, project 1. It's going to copy it over there. And then I'm going to go to my desktop, go to project 1, and here are copies of my original raw file. So I don't have to worry about choosing the JPEG or the raw file. For now, you're doing stuff without making any adjustments. It's going to be great. So I've got these here. I don't want to have any of them selected. So if I'm in film strip mode, I shouldn't have any enlargements, right? That gets complicated. If you're in essentials mode, none of them should have a blue square around them. If you're in film strip and you don't have any space to like deselect, go to essentials, click on a blank space. Great. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to come up here to the tools menu, Photoshop, image processor. That's going to open up the image processor dialog box. These first two options, they default to whatever they are. It's fine. It tells you how many you're going to process, where it's going to save it. Save it in the same location. It will save it inside the folder that you just copied those to. And then the file type, we want to save it as a JPEG. We want the quality to be 12. That's as high as you can go for JPEG quality. It could be lower if you needed to make more, more space, compress things, but we'll be fine with 12. And we want to resize to fit. Then you're going to designate a pixel dimension for the width and the height. And we do this because if you just do for the width, it will stretch out like a vertical to 1400 wide, but the height might get to be 36. So by designating both of them the same, it will constrain them once either one gets to that dimension. Once that's done, and 1400, that's fine. I think there might be a designation in the project description, but 1400 is fine. Anything between 14 and 17 is great. And then we're going to tell it to run, and Photoshop is going to open everything, resize it, make a copy, save it, and then close everything back up. So your computer hopefully will have enough juice to do this. Once that's done, that'll be great. Go back to Bridge. You'll have a JPEG folder show up. That's what you just created by running that program. Okay, at this point, you could compress it in Bridge, so compress the zip, okay? Or you could go out and compress it through the operating system. But either way, it's a right click and away you go. For this one, I compressed it in Bridge, but I'm gonna go to the file on the desktop just to pull it out of there. So like here, you have the JPEG and the zip, and then I'm gonna right click this because I wanna rename it. And I'd like you guys to put your name on there and maybe project 1 or something. And it could be your first name or your last name. I don't know that it matters, just so long as I don't have 20 different project ones. That would be great. Once you've done that, this zip file is what you're going to turn into the Dropbox on Cobra. All right, and that should be great. And then I'll just decompress them in class. But this is probably the easiest way to do it. You can get a file count from how many are in here, like here, number of items, but that includes, you know, all kinds of stuff. So just double check that you've got 50 in there and it'll be great. All right, thanks.